Breaking news this morning concerning R&B singer and convicted felon R. Kelly. Take a look at this post on X, courtesy of TMZ, in which they say that R. Kelly was reportedly rushed to the hospital from an overdose of medications in prison. TMZ also releasing an article. I do want to read you some of the reports that they have already.
Overdose in prison. And how do y'all let him have a lot of access to have an overdose in prison? Like, don't they have somebody like monitoring the usage of what they take in prison?
Have already issued here, as R. Kelly, TMZ says, is doubling down on his claim that his life is in grave danger in prison, now alleging the Bureau of Prison staff at his federal center in North Carolina purposefully gave him too much medication, causing an overdose that left him hospitalized.
Why would they give you a personal, like they want you to get a personal overdose? Like, why would they try to take you up out of here? Like, as long as you've been in jail, like me personally, I felt like they would have been this, try to do something to him and try to take R. Kelly out. But this guy right here is saying he's claiming that they're trying to take him out the guards. I don't know about this.
A court filing submitted by his attorney Monday claims R. Kelly was left bedridden in a hospital after a solitary confinement staff member instructed him to take additional medication the night of June 12th. The next morning, R. Kelly allegedly awakened feeling faint and dizzy, and when he attempted to get up, he fell on the floor, crawled to the door of the cell, and lost consciousness. He was subsequently taken to Duke University Hospital, and during the ride there, he claims he heard a prison officer begrudge, quote, "This is going to open a whole new can of worms."
I don't believe this. I don't think I believe this story right here. So you telling me somebody trying to take a R. Kelly with some pills that they could have been took R. Kelly with some pills? Let's continue this.
During his 2 days stay at the hospital, Kelly says he learned he was given an amount of his prescribed medication that could have ended his life. Furthermore, Kelly claims in his Monday filing that prison staff took him off necessary blood thinner medication and is now refusing to allow him a doctor-recommended surgery to clear blood clots in his legs and lungs that are putting his life in danger. Instead, they have him locked up in solitary confinement, where Kelly has expressed to his lawyer he is convinced.
You know he a good actor. He trying to get up out that jail for sure. R. Kelly trying to get out of jail. I don't think there's nothing wrong with R. Kelly, dog. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't think he shit wrong with R. Kelly. He faking that injury. He trying to go. He trying to blame the guards, and he trying to leave up out of there, man. This is wild.
He will be killed or left to die. Therefore, the disgraced music mogul is asking for temporary release to home confinement for the third time, arguing his life depends on it. TMZ goes on to say that in
Man, you trying to get closer just for home so you can get up out of jail. There's nothing wrong. I feel like this story is like fabricated for some reason, you know. But hey, everybody try to feel like they trying to do some Tory Lane stuff. Oh, you know, hey, you know, that's somebody trying to the guards trying to hurt me or someone trying to hurt me. No, R. Kelly, ain't nobody been ever since you've been in jail. You never had no type of issues or situation. Now all of a sudden somebody trying to overdose your put extra prescription or have you take so much prescription, are you going? They're gonna try to kill you, man. Get up out of here with that.
Assistant United States Attorney swiftly filed a response to Kelly's request, alleging he continuously paints himself as the victim and adding, quote, "This is the behavior of an abuser and a master manipulator on display." The response also claims Kelly knowingly submitted an action to a court that has no jurisdiction over his case, accusing him of instead choosing to write to let his court know that he is cold in prison and to criticize the medical care that he is receiving in order to turn his situation into a grocery store checkout aisle tabloid. Kelly's latest filing comes just a week after his legal team sought his immediate release due to an alleged foiled murder-for-hire plot against him. His team submitted a sworn
A murder for hire plot. I don't believe this shit not one bit now. Now somebody a murder for hire for plot. Like I said, why wouldn't they just take you out, take your ass up out of there earlier? You've been in there for years. Now they all of a sudden want you dead. Okay.
statement from another inmate who claimed authorities offered him release from prison if he murdered
Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.
the singer. But just wanted to bring you that breaking news courtesy again of TMZ that R. Kelly reportedly rushed to the hospital from an overdose of medications in prison. So we'll be sure to follow.
Now they say that he was rushed and had an overdose in prison. Now, for one, I feel like the guards will have the more control of what he has, how many pills does he has. Are y'all giving him the whole thing? Like, why would somebody lose their job to try to kill R. Kelly and they knowing it's a guard knowingly? You could have said a name, so why nobody said a name? Like maybe it come out later, but like I said, I don't believe this story. I just feel like personally, to me personally, R. Kelly trying to get up out of jail by any means necessary. Uh, yeah, this is not what this story, man. We moving on from this. Next up, we got Tyler Perry, man. He got that it's a sexual assault case going on. R. Kelly, someone trying to step forward to the plate. Now I just feel like everybody is trying to get these black men. I feel like they are all targeted, high profile. First it was Diddy, now it's Tyler Perry. The first it was Bill Cosby. So I mean, let's see.
Now, actor and filmmaker Tyler Perry sued for $260 million over sexual harassment allegations. The complaint filed in Los Angeles accuses Perry of creating a, quote, coercive, sexually exploitative dynamic with actor Derek Dixon. Dixon was in two of Tyler Perry's shows, The Oval and Ruthless.
$260 million. Oh, y'all hitting the lottery. I mean, whoever is really trying to go to bat for this, they trying to hit for the lottery.
And Ruthless. In a statement to NBC News, Perry's team says this appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, calling the allegations fabricated claims. Let's bring in NBC's Stephen Romo, who's following this. Stephen, what more do we know about the allegations here?
Yeah, Tom, just going through those allegations in this lawsuit seeking $260 million in damages, alleging sexual harassment, assault, retaliation as well. The direct details include inappropriate touching. As you mentioned, Dixon starred in The Oval with Tyler Perry, and we got this statement from inside the complaint. Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to molest, abuse, and sexually assault impressionable.
Molest, abuse, and assault. Golly, bro. Now, this is true. Like, Tyler Perry, you into some sick stuff, bro. Seriously, bro. Like, and all these people that, if they are high power, you guys are just using y'all money just to be in these positions to basically make sure that you guys can do whatever y'all want. Now, I hope this is not true, man, because like I said, I grew up with Tyler Perry. My auntie used to play his stand-ups where he was honestly like role playing in theater. So, like I say, man, I hope this is not true, man.
Vulnerable employees and actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams. So you can read from that. Implies there are more people who are alleging this than just Dixon. We have a bit of a timeline here for the relationship that we know, the professional relationship between these two men and the allegations made in this complaint, saying that they met in 2019. The lawsuit alleges that then their relationship moved forward with this professional advancement. And in 2019, Perry offering Dixon a small role in Ruthless. And then in January 2020, that is when Dixon accuses Perry of sexually assaulting him in his home. And then the following month, Dixon alleges that Perry offered him a series regular.
So the victim is alleging that Tyler Perry basically tried to make a move inside of the actor's home. The producer Tyler Perry tried to make a move on him. Okay.
In the Oval. Now, we do have comment from Tyler Perry's attorneys saying that this individual appears to have been setting Tyler Perry up. They say that they are alleging that this is a scam and saying, quote, Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. Now, we've also reached out to the attorney for Dixon, and he said that these allegations in the lawsuit stand for themselves. So just the very beginning of this process, but a lot of people are paying attention to this. Tyler Perry, quite successful, quite a bit of fame here, Tom.
Yeah, it will get a lot of attention. Stephen Romo, thank you.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
So now we have it, man. So like I say, it's another person stepping up to the plate. I don't know if this is like a payday for them personally, per se. If it's a payday, or are they really honestly being molested or they being touched inappropriate, or this is another check to try to see if somebody's trying to receive a check, another bigger check. Because like I said, a lot of black actors have been outed, very mogul actors. So yeah, we can just wait to see. It's just started to happen about this coming out to Tyler Perry. So man, if this is true, this is wild. But like I say, we gotta see what the judge say. You know what I'm saying? Until then.
From the opening tip, Indiana came out like they knew it was a chance to bury OKC, and with a lot on the line, the fans were so locked in that they expressed their concerns of the refs cheating.
Thunderball.
Yeah, a lot was going on, but to open up the game, the Thunder were the first to get on the board, but with Indiana knocking down multiple three-pointers and Siakam getting a bucket inside, the vibes were flowing. And here's where we get a three from Tyrese Haliburton from 31 feet that gets the crowd rocking.
Way outside is good from Haliburton.
Not too much later, when Siakam catches with Hardenstein on him, he decides to attack right at him, which makes the Thunder defense collapse, and as you can see, there's 3 OKC defenders to cut off this drive. Since Lu Dort helped off the strong side corner, it makes it easy for Siakam to send this pass right over there for a Nembhard three-pointer. This slight lead didn't even shake OKC, as they came right back down the other way to get Caruso going downhill with a screen, and with some rather fancy footwork, he gets this one to drop plus one more at the line. This game was exciting. Both offenses were displaying their fight style throughout the game, and with Indiana being a team that always looks for the best shot, when Haliburton comes off the screen, he could try and float this up or go to the basket, but Hardenstein is right in front of him, which would cause some resistance, and he is kinda far out for a floater. So to make the defense stay attached to him, he gets in the air, which pulls the defenders in, and this now opens up Obi Toppin even more on the short roll for that free throw line jumper. The Pacers were moving the ball, playing with purpose and sensing blood, but Jalen Williams, well, he wasn't letting them run away with it. OKC would go to this high ball screen to free up their ball handlers from tight pressure, and right now Williams could attack right to the rim as this right side is pretty much empty. But he understands that Miles Turner is in position to track him all the way to the basket, so instead he uses a hezzy to let Shepherd get on his hip, and in theory this isn't a bad place to be as a defender, as you can be right on the shot to contest a shot at the rim. But hey, when you have a guy attacking with mad aggression, this is where we see Williams body off Shepherd for some space to connect on the float off the window. The very next possession, Williams would receive a screen from Shea this time, and this was used throughout the game to not only release pressure, but to also get Nembhard switched off Shea. But for this play, it allows Williams to have a massive advantage when attacking due to the downhill momentum, and this lefty lay right here, well, it's straight clean.
What up, Mason? How
The
you
Thunder
doing?
were fully locked in, and although the Pacers got out to an early lead, OKC went on a 9-0 run to tie it up with a high-arcing Lu Dort 3 for straight cash.
Butter.
Every time the Pacers tried to surge, someone in blue responded. Jalen Williams missed a drive but followed it up for a putback. Caruso was everywhere on the floor on both ends with this strip club special on Haliburton that led to a bucket on the break. And just before the quarter ended, Shea created the space needed by booking Nembhard for a slip and slide fun day. And man, oh man, was this straight butter. Now when going into the second quarter, it wasn't just basketball, this was a battle. Shea came out aggressive with a pursuit downhill off this ghost screen, and with an elegant cross into a body bump pull-up, 2 more points were added to the board. Now,
There's certain things that you can't stop with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but that a particular move you cannot stop, bro. It's one of them things you can't stop, bro.
he gunned at Nembhard once, as the next time down the floor he bullied right into him while staying patient to get one right at the front of the rim to tie the game up, but Indiana would just match OKC's intensity with chaos. TJ McConnell came in pushing the pace by slashing inside for a floater, and even though Shea is an elite rim finisher, Siakam stays with him all the way to deny this. Trust me, it can get discouraging when you have defensive breakdowns that lead to offensive rebounds, which then turn into a 3 that makes you now trail the opposing team, but OKC, they didn't flinch. They would continue to initiate these screens high to relieve that pressure, and right here is where the defense is in trouble. When the offensive player is turning the corner and you're not in front of them, this gives all the advantage to the player.
Like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed.
Ball, as now Shai can snatch back whenever he feels like it, and you're just not stopping the MVP. Once again, with the Pacers applying that full court pressure, we're going to see OKC go back to that screen set high, but this time, instead of letting Shai turn the corner, the Pacers decide to hedge hard. And yes, this does limit how quick Shai is able to turn that corner to attack, but also, if you look at the floor, you can see that Obi Toppin is far away from the basket with Williams in perfect position to roll to the paint, and then your only rim protector is guarding Chet, who is able to space the floor. This here leads to Shai delivering a bounce pass right through the middle to Williams, who then attracts the attention of Nesmith. McConnell now has to make sure he guards both players on this side, but if you're just one step out of place, here comes a backdoor bucket. The Pacers would try and slice the momentum, with McConnell taking advantage of some poor defense.
Yeah, honestly, with the Pacers and the OKC, it's been an up and down grip, but with the OKC, when I notice when they do lose, their motor is very high. They're very alert. They're only down like a few points, and they're always in the game. They always keep their head up, head on a swivel. Downhill, they play downhill a lot. So that's something that you do have to watch out for.
Alexander, and even though that defense was nothing to remember, when Nesmith drops to the basket going right at Holmgren, this is something he for sure remembered before going to sleep. That block right there resulted in a successful run out for OKC, and this led to them locking in on defense with Dort hounding Haliburton, forcing him to throw a pass that gets picked off, and ladies and gentlemen, finals basketball has arrived. Not only did we see Alex Caruso hit the deck, which caused a slight scuffle, we also seen Jalen Williams attack the rack to then hit the hardwood as well. This game was getting physical.
Yeah, that game physical, but like I said, Indiana is without their player, Tyrese Haliburton, so we're going to see how this game going to play out. I don't know if he's going to play, but I know he have like a strained calf issue, so I don't know if it's all of for sure he's going to be ruled out or if he's going to try to give it a go. This is their last game.
OKC finding themselves up 6 after some free throws, but Indiana, they had some answers. Nesmith drilled a corner 3 after Ludor helped off.
Nesmith catch, shoot, hits.
Toppin flew in to throw down an emphatic putback dunk.
Toppin on the follow.
And Tyrese Haliburton, well, he got in his bag for this reverse layup over Shai with some sauce.
Gets inside. Oh, what a gorgeous move from Tyrese.
The Pacers were going to halftime with a 60-57 lead, and in the third quarter, this is where the storm started forming. Midway through the quarter, OKC applied some heavy pressure, which allowed Shai to jump a passing lane to take it coast to coast for a layup, and now the back and forth was activated. Indiana will run an action for Haliburton to come off a handoff with some momentum, which is where he operates the best, so that's why you see Hardenstein retreat back because of Tyrese's passing skills. Caruso on this side then has to slide over to stop any further push to the rim, so now look what we have, Andrew Nembhard wide open. A couple possessions later, Shai will ISO at the elbow to then sink a one-dribble pull-up at the elbow over Nembhard to keep the game within 2 possessions. But hey, who would have guessed that Obi Toppin would hit back-to-back threes to push the lead up to 8 to help the Pacers keep the lead going into the fourth 87-80. You can look at it 2 ways, down or up 7, on the verge of being down or up 3-1, and you're on the road. Regardless of how you look at it, this is where the stars come alive. Caruso opened up the frame with a tough sideline fadeaway, but then Toppin strikes again with a fast break dunk off an inbound turnover.
And through the fingers, Toppin down the other end and throws it down.
Now up 9, this is when the switch flipped for OKC. Off this Shai missed 3-pointer, we see Chet rushing to get this one off the rim for the putback. Not too much later, we would see Alex Caruso gun at Siakam once he turns his back to force the turnover, which eventually led to Caruso shooting some free throws, and suddenly it's a tie game. Haliburton would then give the Pacers back the lead by attacking the mismatch with Chet to get to the rim quickly to then sink a tough kiss off the glass. But Jalen Williams was up for the challenge, as he used a crafty handle to work past Nesmith to get to the rim for the elegant lefty lay, and now the game is right back tied up. This was truly the game that kept on giving, as playoff riser Andrew Nembhard ISO'd Hardenstein to use that bully bump for a fadeaway, and not taking a single break, he gets in position on the other end to break up this pass no matter if there's a mismatch problem. Just like earlier, every time the Pacers surged, the Thunder came back with something such as Jalen Williams bursting to the rim to knock things back up, and when Shai realized that this entire left side is empty to attack, he initiates the drive to then use that shoulder to move Nembhard off him, and instead of stepping back for that jumper, this time he glides right in to lay this in for 2 points. Indiana would continue to make it a game by knocking down free throws and getting to the basket to score, but here, where Shea spaces out after Williams gains the attention to knock down his three, this was pretty much the final message.
Damn.
He wasn't just scoring, he was trying to put the game to bed. The next time down,
Subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed. Subscribe to the channel.
Shea tells Williams to clear out to try and take Nembhard out the play, but as we can see, he stayed right put. So Shea now decides to attack left, use that hit stick, and bada bing, it's money team. The Thunder would eventually outlast the Pacers in their house, even the series up, and have momentum in their favor. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe.
And that was only for the 2-2. Now they went to Indiana, now Oklahoma, and they're up 3-2. So who y'all got on the series, man? I don't know if it's gonna be that because I don't know how Tyrese Haliburton might come out on top. He might not. He might just play. He might not, man. But if he don't, who you guys got? Man, again, subscribe to the channel if y'all ain't subscribed, man. I'm gonna keep on dropping more videos. I'm trying to learn this different type of thing I'm on, so I can let me know how the reactions is though. Is it better as far as me dropping material like this? I want more material like this. Let me know in the comments, man. Let me know down below. It's your boy Kills World from Out the Mud, and I'm